Welcome, everyone, to our Cannabihhhh Podcast. This is my co host, Sin.
Hello, everyone.
We are coming live to you to discuss what different things means to you when it comes to Cannabihhhh. What does Cannabihhhh mean to you?
Well, let's go down this rabbit hole. Cannabis to me actually means cannabis live, cannabis travel, cannabis be in pajamas all day. That's what it means to me. There's so much judgment in the world right now.
Yes.
You can't drop a video of you being your natural way without somebody commenting like, "What the hell,"
That's true.
It's that's what cannabis means to me. Cannabis is cannabis live.
I
That's
love
just
that.
my main definition, and that's where we're trying to get at with this podcast. What does it mean to you?
To me, it just means everything. Cannabis is from medicinal to recreational to everything you could think of, from mothers, fathers, children, and so forth, because we are not the only ones
Right.
that indulge in this.
Yes.
This is it's medically needed at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
When we discuss our cannabis, it's I like the cannabis live, of course, because at the end of the day, cannabis live when she needs to do what she has to do
Right.
to
Right.
live.
Right.
So
Right.
I feel like it comes into that. It comes really down to that.
Yes, and I completely agree with that. We are in Florida, and it is a medically needed. We are not recreational, so that'll be another topic for another day. But we are on the side of it's a health benefit. It's a natural thing that is given to us, and we'll get into that topic again in another episode. But yeah, it's what some people need, from our cancer patients, people with epilepsy, stress, anxiety, and so on. So there, that'll be other episodes, but just to give you a little taste of what we're going to be bringing on is this is a place for a no judgment. This is a safe haven that we can talk about anything and everything. We would love to hear from our audience to see what do you want to hear. So when you do see this, drop it, let us know. We'll go over it, and we'll figure it out. If we don't know about it, we'll find out. So, that I just love that we are here.
Yes.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
has.
We've been trying to come up with this and trying to put it together. And right now we're two nervous wrecks, and it's what it is. But it's 2024. It's the beginning.
Yes.
It's the first Thursday of the year, and I am so excited to be here.
Yes.
I think this is going to be an amazing year. I think this is going to be an amazing podcast where our voice will be heard, where we can advocate for other people that want their voice to be heard. Because some people, they feel the judgment, and that's what we're creating this for. So,
Correct.
that's
Well,
why
I
I'm
want
here.
to shine bright and see if, allow people to understand who is Sin. What made Sin join this Cannabihhhh podcast? What made you bring down to this? What made you say, you know what, Kay, we gotta figure this out? What made you come to this?
Well, to be honest, our conversations are on the table. It's what brought this. We sit there and we're chatty patties. Let me tell y'all, we chat about everything, and when we talk, we deep talk. We dig in our souls and we hear other people around us, and we can tell. There's some people that are like, oh my God, I don't want nobody to know. Oh my God, this, and it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. And that's why we wanted to create this safe haven for people to be able to express themselves freely, and let everybody know, hey, who cares what the next person thinks? And honestly, our conversations has sparked this, and I feel that our conversations has brought us to where we are right now, sitting in these chairs in front of these mics, talking to our audience and bringing out that information for people. And we'll get into facts. We're going to get into a lot of opinions, because honestly, a lot of this is our opinion. So you take it how you want to take it, let it, indulge how you want it to indulge. There's going to be topics that people are going to be probably so embarrassed to talk about. And that's the whole thing. Like when we sit at the table, we talk.
Yeah.
Oh, we talk. And I'm telling you, when we talk about anything and everything. I'm talking about from things that people are just super embarrassed to talk about. But it's okay. It's okay. And that's why I feel like I wanted to be in this position right now. I'm a mother. I'm an employee. My partner in life, he's a groomer, so I love my animals. And so we're, business owners and just a little bit of everything. I kind of put my hands in the honey pot all the time. And I just feel like it's time to be an advocate. And that's why I'm here.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I truly do.
And what made you agree or even think of this in general?
You kind of touched base on a lot, and I did feel like we discussed a lot around the table. So that's what it was.
That table.
Around the table, whether you're on an Eddie, whether you're on flowers, or whatever the case might be, we ended up discussing different things, different topics, having a more comfortable conversation around someone that you're around 24/7. Because let's face it, I'm with Cindy very often.
We're always around each other.
We're always around each other. So, exactly. So we had those conversations, and there's many of us. We're not the only mothers in the world that consume and do things for our sanity, for our medically needed, for it, and that could be from flowers, bouquets, Eddie Betty's, anything like that. It goes more. It can go down to drinking tequila. It's still something that people indulge in.
I mean, sometimes we have to let the hair down.
There you go.
Let loose, and it's okay. It's okay to do it. I mean, we're not advocates for abuse of it. We're not, no, we're not alcoholics, and no, we're not drug addicts, but we like to let the hair down and kind of just be us and share. And honestly, we need to talk.
Yeah.
We need to let it out. I'm a big advocate for sharing on how you feel. Men, women, children. I mean, you have to talk about it. And then, when you come down to the medicine part of it, some parents are embarrassed to say, but their children need it. Could it be cancer? Could it be their child is epileptic? Can it be that their child has muscle dystrophy? Whatever the case, but they might be so embarrassed. They're like, oh my God, what is my family member going to think if they know that I'm giving this to my child, but it's working for my child? So, that letting loose and being able to share and talk and express yourself, it takes a lot of weight off your shoulders. Right. So, I appreciate every time we do. And let me tell you, and this is going to be another episode too, but, the past 10 years for me have been, like really crazy. And the past year has been a year of me learning me, and it's because of who I have around me, and it's because I'm able to be me and express myself in a judgment-free zone. And that's why we're here. Judgment-free zone. It's what we want. It's what this is. Safe haven. We can talk about anything. Even our nationalities. I mean, let's talk about it. We're two Latina women, and in a world that we're technically first generations, our parents were born in Puerto Rico, and then come to find out, my parents are from the same place.
Yep.
And let's talk about that. And that's again another topic for another day. But we're proud Puerto Ricans,
Yes.
we're proud Latinas, and Americans, and we're here for that, and we're here to talk about even that. That's another topic that a lot of people don't like talking about.
Right.
They're too embarrassed to talk about it, or people don't understand it. Being Puerto Rican, we're what? American.
Yeah.
And I go through social media all the time, and I'm always kind of going through the comments when they talk about Puerto Rico and, all this stigma on that we're not American. And if you want to get into the topic of our history, we are. We are. And, I take those blessings. I really do, because our other Latin cultures have a harder time. Not saying that our life is easy, because we are Latin, but it's so much harder. The steps that they have to do to be able to be part of America.
Correct.
It's a process, and again, another topic for another day. But just to kind of dip and dab of who we are, Latinas, mothers. We have lots of loved ones that go through a lot. We see parents and family members feeling like they have to hide about certain things. Even when we talk about sex,
Yep.
people are so embarrassed to talk about sex. Shoot. Not I, we all have the need.
Yeah, of course.
I don't care if you're female, male, whatever. It's whatever your choice is. There's the need, and why are we so embarrassed to talk about it? I come from a generation that they were so hush hush. They didn't want to talk about it. Oh no, that you can't talk about it outside these walls.
Correct.
What? Why not? Let's share. Let's take notes. Maybe you do something that I might say, hey, I might want to do that.
Right.
And so that's why we're here. I I know I just kind of gave a little bit of how I feel about being Latina and stuff. How do you feel about being Latina?
I love being Latina.
Yes, we're spicy.
It is my soul. That is who I am.
Yes,
That is
yes.
my everyday. I am definitely not ashamed
Oh,
to
of
be
course
Puerto
not.
Rican in this world, whether accepted or not. It's
Even
who
with
I
their
am.
bad talk and all, because
Yep.
our Spanish sucks sometimes. And
yeah.
we're Spanglish.
Yes,
We're
that's
very
true.
Spanglish.
That's true.
It's what it is. I mean, I do speak a lot of Spanish.
It's just crazy. You can tell the different nationalities when people speak, and it's like,
Yes.
oh yeah, that's a Puerto Rican, or oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
Colombian, or vice versa, Dominicans, or
Cuban,
this
they're
and that. Yeah,
Dominicans,
you
they're-
can always tell, and exactly you could tell the ones from El Campo,
Right.
it's just what it is,
Yeah.
and that I love that, and I wouldn't trade that for the world. I like my spiciness.
Yes.
It is my bravery. It
Yes.
is I guess my armor of who I am.
And I feel the same way.
It's my armor.
I
Yeah.
feel the same way. I mean, I grew up in a very, very Puerto Rican home. And again, another topic for another day. But it was just the way that I was raised. I was raised in a city. I'm from up north. So just that city life, people like, yeah, it's a lot of concrete, a little bit of grass area. Yeah, but my home, we had chickens and roosters and rabbits. And my dad, like holidays came and the men would meet up and they'll go and get a pig and do everything as the women are waiting in the kitchen for that pig to go clean it out. And we eat everything. We eat everything. So very proud Puerto Rican, and I thank my parents for raising me to be a proud Puerto Rican. I am blessed to have been my mother's interpreter because honestly, I was able to make money off of it. I became a medical interpreter for an emergency room, and I did that for about 6 years. And people would ask me, like, how do you know Spanish? It was like, because I was my mother's interpreter. Like this, I had to interpret it for my mom.
That's a lot of
A lot of
households.
our households are like that.
Yes.
So I'm a very, very proud Puerto Rican. I see my flag and goosebumps come up. It's, yo soy Boricua, and it's just what it is. Then it's funny because when you come here to Florida, it's different.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that we don't have Colombians and Cubans and Dominicans and, rah, rah, all of them up there, up north. But when you come to Florida, oh my God, there's just their culture.
Yeah.
And I've met so many people outside of my city here in Florida that there are different other types of Latino cultures, and it's just very interesting just to see how we all move and how people keep their cultures in their homes and stuff like that, still living the American dream, So
that's the thing too. You've got different worlds around Florida. You've got different things. I feel like the younger generation has changed. You mentioned coming up and being happy that your family's, getting pigs and cooking and doing that. And that is what our culture, at least back for us, is what it was.
Right.
And it's the holidays just passed. And I felt, and I've expressed a lot, that I felt like our culture, our Spanish world was, you got your pernil, you got your rice, you got your pasteles, your coquito. That's our number one thing when it comes to the holidays. That is what we all look forward to. We have to have it. Whereas like other cultures, then, it's the turkey, the stuffing, and that's it. You see each other and you go home. Like, that's it.
Right.
Ours is a continuous, it's a party. It's for us.
The music.
From Thanksgiving on. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's is party.
October, my family would start, and for me, in my home, it was nonstop.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, my family was so old school. We did parrandas. I don't know if you know what parrandas. And it was our church people.
Yep.
You'll have them come out with their guitars.
Yes.
It's 3 a.m. and they're knocking on
at
doors.
your door.
People open the doors. Coffee is being made.
Yes.
The music, the guidos.
Yes.
Oh my God. It was just, it's such an amazing, I grew up and I'm blessed.
Yes.
Because not all of us had that.
No, there's not. And that's what brings me back to the things are not the same.
No.
I know Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and all that can't speak it, refuse to speak it, can't dance it, don't even know what salsa is.
Some of them don't even know how to play dominoes.
No, they don't. Like
you don't know how to play dominoes.
Like, I love listening to my salsa. I love listening to bachata. I love listening to merengue. I was dancing those things at 12 and 13 years old.
Yes.
So when I see a 20-year-old that is fluent in Spanish and says, I don't know how to dance that, I'm like, what?
Right. It's like a stab in the heart. Like, how dare you?
Yeah, like, what?
You are Puerto Rican, you know that.
And I just feel that falls into parents that aren't showing it. I grew up all around that. And my father, that's what it was. You had salsa, you danced. His sisters all showed me how to dance it, sing it, all of that.
Right.
My mother was the same way. So it's nothing new. But I feel like younger crowds don't even know.
Well, life in general has changed with our new generation. And it's what it is. Honestly, technology, social media has taken over. And some people are in front of a screen from the second they wake up to the second that they go to bed. Where's the experience?
Correct.
They're not experiencing things. When I was younger, we didn't have phones. We didn't have iPads. We had TVs, luckily, because in my home, not all of our homes at my time had TV, but they did. I had TV, but I couldn't be in front of that screen.
No.
Oh,
we were
I was
outside.
not allowed.
We were outside.
No, go outside. Go get on that bike. And coming home with scraped palms and scraped knees. I still got scars. It's what it is. But it's the raising. Now it's very different. And like from my generation to the new generation. My generation had to adjust to all the technology. My generation has had to adjust to the social media and how our children are taught now in school, because it's completely different. Yes, that's another topic also, our schooling for our children. But it's just it's very different. But we love them to pieces, and we try
Yep.
and keep
Yep.
our culture still alive in the homes, and try and give them a little bit of what we can.
Of course.
Because not a lot of us, and I'm going to say Latinos, I'm not going to say just Puerto Ricans, but not a lot of us Latinos have been able to continue that culture in the home. And that culture has died out some. And I'm very strong for that. We have our coquito every year. We try and get grandma to get up and dance a little bit, play some dominoes, just to kind of keep that spike in the home, just to keep that, when I die off, I want my kids to be able to dance with my
Remember that.
grandkids and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. Keep this culture alive, because we are from somewhere else, and and we can't get lost in the sauce when it comes down to living, working, and sometimes we just kind of say, I'm too tired to teach my kid how to dance some salsa. I'm too tired to even listen to that Spanish stuff with my kid. It's okay. They're fine. Let's give them an iPad and they'll learn off of Coco Melon. No, they won't.
Right.
No, nothing towards Coco Melon, but it's just true. It's just what how the homes are being raised right now.
Correct.
And some homes, our iPads are raising our kids.
Yes.
So again, let's go back to this judgment-free zone.
Yes.
I don't care how you raise your kid. If you choose to give them the iPad and let them learn from the iPad, it's up to you. That's
To each
on
his
you. To each his own. So we just kind of gave you a spiel of who we are,
What we're trying to
and what we're
accomplish.
trying to accomplish, what we're trying to create here. And we want to hear from you. We want to be able to know what our audience wants to hear. If it's the Latin world, if it's our culture, if it's kids schooling, if it's some gardening, whatever, animal,
it is.
whatever you want to talk about, let's talk about it. Again, no judgment-free zone here. So we're all for it, and
We're definitely there. You've heard it first.
Yes.
What we have things in store and ready to go for. This is not the only podcast that we'll be doing on the
there's
Cannabihhhh
many more
Podcast.
episodes.
There's
coming.
many episodes, many different topics that we'll be touching base on.
Yes.
Again, this is judge-free zone. This is not just talk to the wall and nothing more. As our goal is to really accomplish and really get the information out there and make sure everybody feels comfortable talking about things from every topic you could think of.
Yes.
As you guys already know, we are on all platforms from TikTok. You've got Instagram. You've got Twitter, which is now the new X.
Yes.
We're about to be on Facebook and so forth. So
YouTube,
we are
come
there.
check us out on
YouTube is
YouTube
coming.
too.
We're about to have all that. So you guys can catch us on any platform you choose.
Absolutely.
As you know, it's Sin and K coming at you live.
Yeah.
It was like, Carrie's like, so why did it? And I'm like, oh God. So I'm like trying to feel off his vibe and like trying to, so it kind of brings you out. Like,
Right.
because we both can't be nervous.
I know. That's
We
why
both
I
can't
told
be nervous.
Told them they were nervous.
Yes.
Show it. See?
Oh, yeah. No, Daddy got you picking you up. We're going to close this out.